Alright, you guys, let's get this stream going. Wonder Bro here on the iPad. Of course, you guys are used to that by now. I hope everyone's having a great day, a great night. Today, or tonight rather, it is 1 in the morning where I'm at. Not unusual for me. Tonight we're going to be talking about, is it easy? Sensitization recovery. We've got the two main keys in place here on the channel. We've got the two main keys. I've went over the two main keys many times. But today we're going to be talking about, is it easy? Is it easy to use the two main keys? Is it easy to recover? We're going to be talking about that today. Christopher, welcome to the stream. Nora, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. We're going to give it a few more seconds for people to get in here that want to watch us live before we get started. David, welcome to the stream. How you doing? How you doing, David? Welcome. Nora's already got that negative mindset going into this. All right, so let's see. Okay. Abigail, hello, welcome to the stream. We're about a minute in. A few more seconds, we'll get started. I just like to give everyone a chance to get in here to watch live, who wants to watch live. How is everyone doing today? Hey bro, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Don't know why I'm yawning. Good, how are you, Wonder Bro? I'm doing good. A little tired, which is unusual because this is pretty early for me. Just one of those things, I guess. I had a nap, and naps tend to make me more tired than they do refresh me. They don't really refresh me. They don't energize me. Hello, welcome to the stream. All right, you guys, we're like 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes into this, so we're going to get started. Is it easy? Sensitization recovery. All right, is it easy? Two main keys. Before we get started, I'll go over those very briefly. Acceptance, to change your reaction to fear. Show your brain with your behaviors by getting on with your life, that there is no real danger. This means getting back into life, doing things that show the brain there is no real threat, okay? Our second main key, to not follow or engage with your negative thoughts because it is stressful to the body, it is pointless, and ultimately you're just running in a circle, causing your nerves to be extremely tired at the end of the day when you follow those negative thoughts. Is it easy to follow that advice? Not necessarily easy at first, okay? Maybe not at first, but as you do this every single day and dedicate to this, it gets easier. So at first, you're breaking all these really bad habits, and following your negative thoughts is basically just a really bad habit. It's a bad habit that you've probably been in for your entire life. So of course, at first, breaking such a strong habit is not necessarily easy, but it gets easier as you progress. So let's say, for example, you're starting from the lowest of the low. You are severely sensitized. You can't get any more sensitized than you already are, and that's where you're starting from. At first, not engaging with those negative thoughts and using accepting behaviors is not going to be necessarily easy. That is a very strong habit that you're trying to break, changing your reactions and especially not engaging with your negative thoughts. That is a very strong habit that you're trying to break. All right, and at first, it is not easy. For most people, it is not easy. I know for me personally, when I first got started, okay, not following my negative thoughts was pretty tricky. Part of me, whenever I would have these negative intrusive thoughts, part of me knew what had to be done, but another part of me wanted to give in so badly. And a lot of times I did give in at first, and I understand. I understand that that can be difficult to do, but understand this. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. It's like learning any skill in life, really. So I know how tempting it can be to get involved with those negative thoughts when they knock, because they do seem so important, especially while you're sensitized, because while you're sensitized, the body's going to overreact. to those thoughts as they come. And this overreaction from the body makes it even more tempting to get involved with those thoughts because they somehow seem important. They somehow seem true now because you're experiencing this reaction in the body. Understand that's due to the sensitization though. So while at first this is not easy to do, the more you practice it, okay, the more you heal. And the more you heal, the easier it gets to use the advice. So it's really about getting a start, right? The main point is to get a start. Once you get a start and you get the ball rolling, it becomes easier because you're healing as you go. You're healing as you go, which of course makes using the advice so much easier. Now, like I said, at first, you're in these bad habits, and I know these habits can be strong. To react negatively to this fear, to react fearfully in the face of fear, to engage with those negative thoughts because they seem so important, so real, and so true, and it seems like you absolutely must engage with them in order to experience relief. But we know by now that is a trick, that is a bluff. You're just giving fuel to these thoughts that don't deserve it, and you're just exaggerating, you're just getting to the point where you argue with these thoughts for so long. You argue with these thoughts for so long, you're not accomplishing anything, you're just running in circles, okay, and you're making your nerves more and more tired. That's all you're really accomplishing. But, with that being said, I know how tempting it is to get involved and engage with your negative thoughts at first. I know just how tempting that is, especially in the sensitized state. So, at first, it's not necessarily easy. It's something you got to work towards. It's something you got to make a firm choice to actually practice. It's something you got to dedicate to. But as time goes on and as you practice, you begin to heal more and more, which in turn makes using the advice that much easier. So to sum it all up, to sum the point of this stream up, is using the advice easy? No, not necessarily at first. It does take work, and I'm not going to lie to you. You guys know me. I've never lied to you here on the channel. I'm a straightforward kind of person. It takes work, but it is so worth it. It is so worth it, and as time goes on, it gets easier. That's the good news, okay? That is the good news. As time goes on, as you heal, it gets easier. So is it easy at first? Not necessarily, but you must dedicate to it. You must practice it, and it will get easier in time. No, it's not going to be, recovery is not going to be handed to you on a silver platter, and it's not going to be something that's necessarily that easy to accomplish, but it's something that's worthwhile, right? I mean, I think we can all agree on that. Recovery is worthwhile. It is. And if you can dedicate to all these other things in your life, whatever these things may be, I'm sure you guys have skills that you practice on the daily. I'm sure that you guys have learned how to do things in the past and practiced how to do things, and you've learned how to do this in your life, and you've learned how to do that in your life. You can learn how to use the two main keys as well, and you can start to practice using the two main keys as well. All right, it's like any skill. I'm sure once upon a time you learned how to ride a bike, okay? So let's learn how to use the two main keys, watch the videos, and then actually use the advice, and it'll get easier. At first, it wasn't easy learning how to ride a bike, was it? You kept falling off the bike, okay? I know I fell off the bike many times when I was learning how to ride a bike, but eventually, if you dedicate to practicing, you learn how to ride that bike, and you take off on it, all right? And it gets easier and easier the more you fall. So continue practicing. It's not easy at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it gets easier, and that is the point of today's stream. Dedication is key. Dedication is key. Let's read some comments now. Let's hang out for a minute. Let's hang out for a minute. This channel is amazing. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. The body sensations makes you think that the thoughts are your priority and 100% real. Exactly. So when you're sensitized, these thoughts seem like a priority. They become more and more important as you go further down this rabbit hole of sensitization, but that is a bluff. It's very important that we practice not engaging with these negative thoughts, noticing when they come, accepting when they come, not getting frustrated that they came, because there's nothing we can do about them coming, and there's nothing we can do to just turn them off. That will be the end result as we heal, but not engaging, not adding to. That's the important part. Someone said dedication is key. Absolutely, 110%. Does sensitization have a specific medical term? Just sensitization. That is the medical term that Dr. Claire Weeks used to describe tired nerves. Anxiety habits, yes. One thing I've struggled with is dealing with negative obsessive thoughts. Sometimes they just come without any realizing they came, and they come so often. Do I need to just try not to follow them? Yes, there's nothing we can do about them coming. Like I just said, there's nothing we can do about them coming. The reason they come is because they're so hardwired into our brains due to how we've reacted to them in the past, due to the engaging that we've gave them in the past. That's why they're kind of hardwired in the brain, but we can reverse that by not engaging. I know it's very tempting to engage, but you must accept that they come. There's nothing we can do about them coming. I accept that they come. Okay, I'm not going to get frustrated, but I'm not going to engage. I'm just going to accept. To engage is to fight with. To engage is to argue with, and that is not acceptance. In time, this gets easier and easier. In time, this gets easier and easier. DPDR is absolutely 110% a symptom of anxiety. Here from India, I've been suffering since the month of June. Post a self-inflicted head injury out of extreme anger, experienced a little dizziness for a few days. Well, you were in the right place to retrain your brain, my friend. Welcome to the channel. That's great, because you are going to have your rough days. So you're going to have days where symptoms return, and that's just a perfect chance to continue retraining. It's all about perspective, so not a setback, but a chance to retrain. That's all that is. That's all that is. It depends on how you look at it. Perspective is important. See if I can prop this up a little bit higher. There we go, that's better. This iPad's got a stand on it, but it's not like the greatest thing in the world. It's not the greatest thing in the world. Paul says, you are amazing, Warner Bro. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that, Paul. I hope you're having a good day, good night. I know how easy it is to get involved with those thoughts, you guys. I know how easy it is to fall into that trap of engaging with your thoughts. They seem so important. Like we've pointed out in the stream, you tend to want to engage even more when you're sensitized because you've got this bodily reaction now. And now they seem to be even more important. They seem to be even more important than ever. I know how tempting it is to engage, especially while sensitized. But this is a habit that must be broken. This is a habit that must be broken. Traumatized me. You are here on this channel learning this advice. No matter what your mind tells you, no matter what traumatizing experiences you've had in the past, you are getting the correct advice to heal. And if you use it, that's the important part. If you use it, you will heal. Dedication is key. I don't care what kind of trauma you've experienced. I don't care what your past says, what your mind is trying to tell you right now. You've got the advice. You're in the right place, okay? And if you make the choice to use the advice, you can heal. I believe that. I believe that. Greetings from Iran, Wonder Bro. Well, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Got people from all over the world. People from all over the world on the channel. Haven't had any relief. It seems like you've been cleared by many, many doctors and therapists, people telling you that it's anxiety and panic. So therefore, it's safe to say that it is anxiety and panic. You're here on the channel now. Learn the advice, use the advice, you can heal. You can heal. I don't care what your mind's trying to tell you. I don't care how convinced you are that you can heal. You can. I don't care how convinced you are that you can't heal. Bullshit. Feels like I've been missing out on so many memories I could have created. That's true. I mean, maybe you have missed out on memories due to anxiety and panic. But worrying about it, and thinking about it, and suffering over it's not going to accomplish anything now. The past is never coming back. No matter how much we, worry about it, no matter how much we think about it, past is not coming back. Never will. Okay? Look towards the present moment. Work on yourself now. Okay? Anxiety may have took years away from you, but that's okay. We can get on board, we can recover, and we can live the rest of our life how we want to live it. And that's what matters. That's what matters. Hello, Pat. Good morning, Wonder Bro, and everyone else from a cold, frosty Scotland. Well, good morning, Pat. How are you doing? It's 1:30 a.m. here. Not to trigger anybody in chat, but, you know, someone mentioned something about being suicidal. This channel is not, you know, it's not here to replace emergency medical attention and care. If you're feeling suicidal, reach out to, you know, a medical professional. This channel is not here to replace professional emergency help as far as that is concerned. I gotta, you know, I gotta tell you guys that. I'm legally obligated to tell you guys that. If you're feeling suicidal, you know, reach out to somebody. Reach out to somebody. I'm a dancer by profession and an extremely passionate artist, and all my passion has gone. You will get that passion back. When you heal, you will get that passion back, believe me. I understand how you guys feel. I was once there myself. Don't forget that I'm not just a guy giving you anxiety advice. I'm a guy who was once exactly where you are. Exactly where you are. Don't forget that. It's easy to forget that watching me, you know, on here now and on my videos. It's easy to forget that I was once the scared, anxious person that was severely sensitized. I was once there. I don't understand why you're not having millions of followers. You rock. Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Millions of followers is the goal. And eventually we will get there. I know that. I know that. And it's thanks to you guys. It's thanks to you guys. What's up, bro? Not a whole lot, man. Just hanging out, enjoying the night. You have a brief example of these negative thoughts to help understand better. Any negative thought that you're experiencing, any negative intrusive thought that's continuing to bug the shit out of you, is what you can apply not engaging to. So we've covered it before. You can be a more positive person about things that are really happening in your life. Let's say, for example, you're stuck in a traffic jam and you decide to take a positive approach to that. And you're like, oh, I'm stuck in a traffic jam, but that's okay. There's worse things happening in the world. I'm going to enjoy the tunes on the radio. You know, I'm just going to enjoy being stuck in traffic. Choosing to be a more positive person about things that are really happening in your life is great, and I highly recommend it. But not engaging your negative thoughts, I'm talking about those intrusive negative thoughts that you've already hashed and rehashed a million times before, and they just continue to come and continue to bug the crap out of you. Those are the ones I'm talking about, the intrusive negative thoughts that are causing a sensitized, you know, body to respond. Don't engage. You've already fought with them millions of times in the past, I'm sure. Not only is it pointless, but it's also stressful, and it's giving those thoughts fuel. It's keeping them alive, keeping them wired up here. I'm fine, thanks. You too, man. Thanks for all your advice. I'm recovering well using the 2 main keys. That is awesome, Pat. Keep going. Proud of you. You are so positive. It's inspirational. I try to be, you know. I try to be. I'm a human being. I have my days still. You know, a lot of times it can be difficult. It can be difficult as a human being to stay positive, but I work on those skills every single day. I may not be sensitized any longer. I may not deal with anxiety, but at the same time, I am still a human being, right? And as a human being, we worry. We get negative thoughts. But you can practice the skills that I'm giving you on the channel to live a more peaceful life. To live a more peaceful life. So by no means am I perfect. But, you know, these skills that I give you on the channel, not only will they heal your nerves, but they'll also help you just to live a more peaceful life in general. These are good life skills, not just good anxiety skills. It can be hard to accept at times. I completely understand. And, you know, if you missed this stream, I highly recommend you watch it later when it gets uploaded. We talk about how at first it's not easy. You know, I don't lie to you guys. I've never lied to you guys. At first it's not easy, but it gets easier. It gets easier as you practice. Tim says, thanks, brother. That helps. No problem, Tim. No problem at all. Thank you, Joe, for being a kick-ass mod, as always. Really appreciate it, Joe. Miguel, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Good night. Wherever you're watching from. My throat's been scratchy all day. You can probably hear it in my voice. Ooh. Thank you again, Joe, for being such an awesome mod, as always. That nap I took earlier has got me feeling like a zombie. Two main keys, always, Mike. Doesn't really matter what the situation is. I know at times it can feel like different situations would call for a different approach or a different tactic, but that's not true. The two main keys will always be your go-to as far as anxiety is concerned. Always, 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 always. I want something sweet, you guys. I want some ice cream or something. We got some ice cream in there. I'm thinking about making a milkshake. You know what? A milkshake sounds good right now. A milkshake sounds really, really good right now. It's getting a little dark in here. Cookies and cream milkshake? Yes. Yes. I've got cookies and cream, and I've got cookie dough. Yeah, it's all about dropping that fight. Someone mentioned how they've been fighting this thing. It's all about dropping that fight, right? That's the point of acceptance, to drop that fight, to stop fighting with those thoughts, stop engaging with them, and to stop fighting with the anxiety you feel, because you're just like a cat chasing its own tail. You go in circles, you exhaust yourself, you stress yourself, but you don't actually get anywhere. You keep those nerves on high alert due to all the thoughts that you're entertaining and fighting with, due to your fight against the feelings. Milkshakes for 24, please. Oh boy. I'm gonna drop a, let's see. Actually, Joe, do you care to drop the link to the Discord in the chat? I'm trying to advertise that more these days. For those of you who don't know, Discord is just like a free chat app. You can get it on your phone, tablet, computer, whatever. And we have a Wonder Bro chat room where you can hang out 24/7. Always open, always online, 24/7, the Discord chat. Members of the Wonder Bro community, they all kind of flock there and hang out and talk to each other, and it's really cool. It's really cool. You don't have to join us, but we'd love to have you. Thank you, Joe. Joe just posted the link to the Discord for anybody that's interested. Send a choco milkshake over to the UK for me. Do you think full recovery depends on or has anything to do with how long or how many years you've been dealing with anxiety? Time frames are impossible to give because everyone is so different, and there's many factors to consider, like how dedicated to the advice that person is, so forth and so on. So time frames are impossible, but let's say, for example, you've got someone that's been suffering for 10 years and they start using the advice, and you've got someone who has been suffering for a year. Normally it's not going to make that big of a difference. If you're using the advice, everyone's brain is willing to learn, right? Willing to learn, okay? It might make a slight difference, but nothing to be alarmed about, nothing to, overthink about. I used to always be on my Instagram live and speak to my Indian friends and sing for them and dance for them. Okay, this is a perfect example, you guys. Everyone pay attention. This is a perfect example. Someone just made the comment that they have tears in their eyes watching me speak because they used to be on their Instagram live and sing and speak to everyone. Okay, if you want to recover, okay, here's a perfect example. I know you feel like shit. Trust me, I do. Trust me, I do. But things like getting on your Instagram live, that's something you used to enjoy. Speaking to people on your Instagram live, singing for people, okay? Don't wait to feel better before you start doing these things again. Acceptance is about moving on with life while you feel this way to teach your brain there's no real danger and just not following those negative thoughts. So for example, get back on your Instagram live now. Even though you feel like shit, get back on it right now. Start singing with people right now. Start talking to people again right now. You're not gonna feel like doing that because you feel so crappy, but if you're wanting to show your brain that there's no real tiger, then you need to do these positive behaviors, like living life how you once lived it before the sensitization took over. This is a perfect way to show your brain that, hey, look at me, I'm not using coping methods. I'm still doing my Instagram lives and singing with people and talking with people. Yes, I feel like shit, but anxiety learns the most while anxiety is turned on. So while you feel like shit, that's the best time to do it. That is the best time to do it. No, you won't feel like it, but that is the best time to do it because that's when your brain's going to learn the most. If you're extremely anxious, but yet you're on your Instagram live singing with people and talking to people about things that are not anxiety related, what do you think your brain's going to do? Your brain's going to say, hey, look at him on his Instagram live doing things that he enjoys doing. Even though he's anxious, he's doing these things. There must not be a real tiger. He's not taking the advice. He's not taking the advice. He's not reacting to the false alarms. And eventually, not instantly, but eventually, okay, files start to get rearranged. Files start to get rearranged up here. Rewiring starts to happen. So the alarm bells are ringing, but you're on your Instagram singing and talking to people, okay? What do you think your brain's going to do with that? Eventually, if you stay consistent enough, eventually it's going to come to the conclusion that your alarm bells are ringing, but they don't need to be ringing. Eventually it's going to come to the conclusion that your anxiety is set way too high, and it's going to lower it for you. Eventually. It's very important that you don't think it's going to happen instantly. That way, you know, when you do this and then you don't feel instantly better, you get demotivated and you don't feel like doing it anymore. No, it's not going to happen instantly. But eventually, if you stay consistent, you will retrain your brain. So there's a perfect example. Thank you for that comment. There's a perfect example of what I mean by continuing on living life to show your brain there's no real danger. So while you're on your Instagram live and talking to your friends and singing like you used to, even though you feel kind of crappy or really crappy, you're also implementing the second main key, which is as those negative intrusive thoughts come, you're accepting, you're noticing, okay, you're not trying to run away from, you're accepting and noticing, but you're not engaging, you're not fighting with. That's not acceptance, to fight with thoughts. Acceptance is just to not engage with them, to let them come and go. So there you go. There you go. Hey Wonder Bro, thank you for all your videos. Been panic attack and anxiety free for almost a year. Well, that is awesome, Arnold. Very, very happy for you. That is amazing. So cool. Thank you for coming in here and sharing that with everybody. I really appreciate that. It helps to spread hope. Wow, that's awesome advice. Thank you for that, Wonder Bro. Yeah, no problem. No problem. That is what I'm here for. That is what I'm here for. Planet Zoo just came out on the Steam store today. Totally off topic, video game advice. Well, I actually don't have any advice, but video game talk. You probably wouldn't want video game advice from me. I used to be really good at video games, and now I'm kind of just mediocre. I don't know why. I'm just kind of mediocre at them, like, eh. Planet Zoo, that looks really, really fun. I love the old Zoo Tycoon games, and this kind of just looks like that, but better. I'm gonna have to get this eventually. Where's that wish list? We gotta add this to the wish list. We gotta add this to the wish list. There we go. Thank you, Wonder Bro. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. I'm teaching all you say to my year 11s. Most have been traumatized by abuse in their lives. Wonderful to see that you are getting free. Love you, Wonder Bro. That is awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the positivity. I appreciate that. Even with muscle tension, this will work, Wonder Bro, doing things that you used to do. Even with muscle tension, these symptoms, even if they're physical, not just mental symptoms, but even if they're physical, are symptoms of a tired, beat down nervous system that is constantly popping off. And as a result of healing, they will fade. Doesn't really matter what your anxious symptoms are. This advice will work for you. It doesn't really matter what your specific symptoms are. It's all the same in the end. It's all the same in the end. Of course, as always, I just assume that you guys have been checked out by your doctors and have been told that what you're experiencing is anxiety, is sensitization, whatever, anxiety, sensitization, whatever they want to call it. Of course, I just always assume that you've already been through all that jazz. You guys know that Facebook has a dating thing now? I just discovered that yesterday. Facebook has a dating thing like Tinder. It's interesting, to say the least. Where are my Tic Tacs? There we go. Even if your symptoms are constantly there, someone just mentioned that. Even if your symptoms are constantly there, and if you're severely sensitized, chances are you'll always have one symptom or another, or a group of symptoms that are always there. And that's another very common thing. The mind will try to tell you that this is more than anxiety, more than sensitization. That's another very, very, very common thing. Ultimately, it is a lie. Tried 5 psychiatrists and none of them can help me. Well, I hope that you really took to heart what I was telling you earlier when you mentioned your Instagram live and stuff like that. I hope you really took that to heart and you don't just let it go in one ear and out the other. And I hope you actually start to use it and implement it. It's easy when you're in that sensitized state to let this advice just go in one ear and out the other. But I really hope you take it to heart, what I said. I really hope you do, and you start to implement it. The sooner the better. The sooner the better. Hey, did you keep the floral/jungle theme in the bathroom? That was cozy and awesome. Yes, my bathroom is still decked out like a jungle, like a rainforest. That was a fun project. I had a lot of fun doing that. You talk about a relaxing shower. That is the most relaxing shower in the world. Most relaxing shower in the world. Sorry for creeping on you. Oh, you're not creeping on me. That's why I'm live streaming. I'm here for a reason. You're not creeping on me. I'm here for you to talk to ask questions to. I just really hope you take it to heart. I really hope you take it to heart. You don't just let it go in one ear and out the other. Because you can learn the advice all day long, and that's great. I mean, you got to start somewhere, but actually using the advice is what's going to make a difference. So yeah, hopefully you just take it to heart. Sorry if my chewing is really loud. I've been told I'm a loud chewer. All right, you guys. Give me like 10 minutes. I'm going to get something to drink, possibly something to eat, a little something, something, and I will return. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves while I am away. And hopefully, I will be back very, very soon. All right, there we go. That took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but we are back now. Ooh, this is hot. This is hot. Put on some music and dance. That was awesome. Sorry, I got a mouthful. Is there any way, is there a solution? Is there a way to heal completely? I believe you're the same person that posted the Instagram comment. What I was telling you earlier about living your life as if there's no danger even though you feel like crap, that is the solution. I know it might sound too simple to be true, too good to be true. But like I was saying, don't let it go in one ear and out the other. I gave you the solution, and now it's time to use it, to get on with life, even though you feel shitty, using positive behaviors to show your brain that there's no real danger. Eventually it will get the message and you will heal. Eventually. That is how you rewire your brain. And all the while, do not engage with those negative thoughts that you've fought with for so long, because it's pointless, it's stressful, and it's tiring your nerves out. You have the solution. And I know when you're in that sensitized state, you're looking for that magic phrase or that magic pill, but you already have the solution. No matter how many doubts about it you may have, you have the solution. You have it. And now it's time to use it. Even if you doubt it. I just did a stream on that the other day. Even if you doubt it, if you still do it anyway, you will heal. Even smiley face fries. Yes, I agree, Miss Z. I felt tired this morning, but I accept it, and I'm on my way to work. There's no danger. That is awesome, dude. Keep it up. Proud of you. Does getting a lot of sleep help heal the nerves? I mean, if you can sleep, sleep. But if you can't, you can still retrain your brain regardless. Don't try to force sleep, because that just usually gets you all aggravated. Yeah, don't try to force sleep, because that just tends to get you all stressed out and aggravated. Trying to force sleep never works. Never works. Yeah, Scott, it's not instant. It's not instant. And you got to also keep in mind that if you're going on about your daily life and you're not seeing results, how are you going on about your daily life? Are you doing it in a very rushed, fearful manner? You know, you need to slow down, ask yourself, how am I going on about living my life? You know, seems like you got a great start, but you need to make sure that you're doing so with the most positive behaviors that you can to really show your brain that there's no danger. And like I said, you could be doing, you know, everything you need to do. It's just not instant. Also important to keep in mind, it's not instant. Sometimes it can take a little while to retrain the brain. The brain can be a slow learner, but no doubt it is willing to learn. No doubt about it. Please trust Wonder Bros advice. I had every symptom 24/7 for over 8 months. DPDR sensitization, had anxiety since 2001. Was my first attack back then. 2 keys truly worked. That is awesome, Pat. So proud of you. Pat, would you like to share with the class what exactly you did? I know you said the 2 main keys, obviously, but would you like to share with the class how you implemented the 2 main keys? I love it when you recovered or recovering people join the stream and can share with the rest of the chat what you did. It helps people to hear it from more than just me. It really does help people to hear it from more than just me. And that's a big reason why I made the recovery success comments video. You don't have to share, Pat, but would be cool if you did. I can fall asleep on a ladder. Yeah, a lot of people make that mistake. A lot of people try to look for that magic phrase or that miracle pill, that quick solution, and it's just not there. But the advice you're getting here on the channel, okay, I wouldn't be giving it out if I didn't believe in it. Bottom line, I wouldn't be giving it out if I didn't believe in it. I healed using it. If you watch my recovery success comments video, many other people have healed using it. Many people are currently healing using it. And that video is kind of old. If I updated it now with every success comment I've gotten from the channel and people personally messaging me on the Facebook page, and you know, if I updated that video now, there would be a ton more success comments. You know, if I didn't believe in the advice and I didn't see it working for so many people, I wouldn't be giving it. I wouldn't be giving it. Bottom line, bottom line. And you know, I got a lot of my advice from Dr. Claire Weeks. I got a lot of my advice from these big spiritual people. I don't know if it matters to you guys where I got the advice from or not, but if it makes you feel better, all of my advice comes from Dr. Claire Weeks, Eckhart Tolle, Alan Watts, a bunch of big spiritual heads. You know, people that know what they're talking about, basically, especially Claire Weeks. You know, shout out to Claire Weeks. That was the main source of inspiration behind this channel, was Claire Weeks. But yeah, if it makes you feel any better, this is not something I sat around in my bedroom and came up with. I've gotten this information from other places and then implemented it into my own recovery and then seen it work. So I got all this information from more than just my own doing, and then I put it together with my personal experience, kind of just mushed it all up all together. But I know sometimes, you know, that makes people feel better, knowing that it's not something I came up with and just sat around and figured out. I've got multiple sources that I've gotten my information from, very trusty, awesome sources like Claire Weeks, you know, and then I just kind of mushed it all together with my own experience, and here we are. So if you don't trust me, at least trust Dr. Claire Weeks, for example. Eckhart Tolle, you know, all these people that I've gotten this information from. I try to put a more modern day spin on it. I try to make it, you know, not as difficult to understand or learn. I try to put it in simple terms. I try to put my own spin on it, you know, just so that it's easier for people to absorb. But don't forget, this is not something I just came up with myself. This is years of experience and learning, you know, from other people. I just done as you said, Wonder Bro. Sat on my couch and basically said, come ahead. It was scary to try, but hell, worked nearly straight away. As I could tell, my heartbeat slowing down. Then I kept on doing that, started playing my guitar again after being scared to jam due to sensitization, but I had faith. So yeah, that's awesome. Basically, Pat was able to recover with acceptance, just letting it happen instead of adding second fear. Getting back into hobbies like playing the guitar, aka getting on with your life, showing the brain there's no real danger. I think it'd be an interesting stream focusing on Tully, Weeks, and Watts. That'd be incredibly fun in my opinion, open these ideas to the masses. Yes, I agree. I've gotten a lot of my information from several sources, but Tully, Watts, and Weeks are probably my top 3. I learned a lot from all of these people, and then like I said, I just kind of put my own spin on things, my own personal experience, years and years of dealing with this stuff. It's just a big mush of things, and I'm just giving it to you guys, hoping that it helps somebody out there, and so far, we've had a lot of success. We've had a lot of success. Just have a slight sore neck now and a wee bit of sensitization. Panic anxiety is gone. Thanks from the bottom of my heart, Wonder Bro. No problem, Pat. That is what I'm here for. Try to help as many people as I possibly can because I know how it feels, right? I know how it feels. I've been there. Moji, yeah, that's another one. It's another great teacher. I love me some Moji. Hashtag Moji love. Yes. Yes. Honestly, I haven't watched Moji anywhere near as much as I've watched Eckhart and Watts and Weeks. I put Weeks into the spiritual category. I know her herself probably didn't view herself as a spiritual person back then, way back in the day. But I personally think she was a very spiritual person, even if she didn't realize it. She was teaching acceptance after all, which is a huge, huge pillar of the spiritual community. That's fundamentals right there. So even if she didn't realize that she was teaching spiritual knowledge, she was. So I put Weeks right up there with Watts and Eckhart, honestly. You're the greatest, man. You're always trying to help other people. And I've always had doctors that were over prescribers and gave me no hope. I do my best, man. I do my best. My goal is to help as many people as I can, just to, live a better life. Hey, Wonder Bro, muscle twitches, cracking joints, joint pains, stiffness. Are these symptoms of anxiety or depression? Sounds like anxiety, but honestly, I wouldn't overthink it. We tend to try to put labels on everything, and it's not needed. But it sounds like anxiety to me. Those are all very common symptoms of anxiety. So I would say the cause is probably sensitization, yeah. No need to overthink it, though. No need to overthink it. I just stuck with Wonder Bro all the way. Checked out Claire Weeks at first, but dedicated to Wonder Bro all the way. Claire Weeks is basically taught the same thing that I'm teaching now. I just kind of put my own spin on it. Obviously, you know, it's a more modern spin compared to Claire Weeks. No offense against her or anything. She's amazing, and this channel wouldn't exist without her. But I feel like people needed a more modern approach. And that's all I'm doing, is carrying on her legacy with a more modern approach. That's basically all I'm doing, while also adding in other little things that help me and some of my personal experience, you know, years of dealing with the bullshit. So, you know, Weeks was teaching what the Buddhists had taught for thousands of years. I've always thought Totally has embodied this ancient teaching, yes. Like I said, I don't even think Dr. Claire Weeks realized that she was teaching such a spiritual, on such a spiritual matter. I don't think she even considered herself a spiritual person. I could be wrong. Obviously, I don't know her, or didn't know her personally. I could be wrong, but I don't even think she realized what an amazing spiritual teacher she was. Yeah, I had plenty of fears, but understand that fears come in the form of thought that doesn't have to be followed or engaged in. Fears are imaginary, and they come in the form of thought. And it's very tempting to engage in those thoughts because you feel like you might be in danger if you don't. And if you're sensitized, obviously you're going to get a reaction. This kind of reinforces the false belief that you need to engage. But that is the bluff. That is the trick. That is the rabbit hole that we do not want to fall in. Just like the point of this stream, is it easy to not engage with your negative thoughts at first? No, not necessarily, but it gets easier, and it's very much worth it. I had all the symptoms. No doctor could ever help me, but the two main keys did. Ain't been back to docs for months now, feeling 1,000 times better. That is awesome, Pat. Thank you for being here, Pat, and sharing all of this positive information. Thank you for being a positive light here in the community. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, it helps people to hear it from more than just me that this stuff works, right? It helps people to hear it from more than just me. That nap did not do the trick. I'm still tired. I'm still sleepy. I didn't sleep a whole lot last night. No particular reason, but I figured a nap would give me the boost that I needed to make it through the night. And it's just not working. It's just not working. Thanks again, Joe, for being such an awesome mod. As always. Alright, you guys. This wave of tiredness, of sleepiness, has hit me pretty strong, so I'm going to go ahead and actually end it here. Still a pretty long stream. Not as long as they've been here recently, but still a pretty long stream, a good stream. We've answered a lot of questions tonight, so thank you for that. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Pat, for sharing your story with all of us. Really, really appreciate it. One last comment from Pat. You are more than welcome, Wonder Bro. Please, please trust Wonder Bro, guys. He knows what he's talking about. I thought I was beyond help, but was proven wrong. Thank you so much for that, Pat. All right, you guys, we're almost at 10K subs. Share me out. I cannot grow without you guys. If I am helping you in one way or another, all you got to do to pay it back is share me out. That's all I ask. All right, let's hit 10K subs. I know we are going to hit it soon. I love you guys. Each and every one of you are awesome. And until next time, as always, boom, right there.